Hello there everyone. Today I'm going to share with you a bit of a jewellery making supply haul, and I've got some bits from a few different places, so I'll tell you where I've got them from. But also I've just come back from spending about a month with my family, and because my mum and I both enjoy doing this kind of thing, so we've been doing a lot of things together. So I've got some things from there, but also I've been experimenting with a few different things, so I'll be showing you a couple of things as well to give you an idea of what will be coming up in the near future. So I hope you enjoy. So the first place that I'm going to be showing you some things from is a shop called Tomato, and this is a wholesale shop that's back home in Denmark. So these are bits that I got while I was at home visiting my family, and some of the things as well that I experimented with. And if you want to know a little bit more about the shop, I'll put the link for the website in the description box, but also I've actually made a video from the shop a couple of videos back. That's basically a guided tour around the jewellery supply area. So I'll link to that video in the description box as well, and you can have a look at that if you're interested. Now the first thing I'm going to show you that I got from there is some cord and thread. Now I got these reels of satin cord, and these are 2mm. All these, and I got these different colours. These are just the colours that I chose. I've already opened a couple of them because I've been experimenting with them a little bit. And I also just got a couple of reels of 1mm satin cord. I can never have too much satin cord, especially. I really like working with that. And these are just the colours that I could kind of do with topping up off. But because I don't really use 2mm satin cord that much, so I wanted to get some to experiment with a few different things. So I'll have some videos coming up with that in the near future. And then I also got some nylon thread. Now this is also some of my favourite cord and thread to use. I really like using this a lot for my micro macrame. And there's 500 meters in each of these rolls, which is quite a lot, so they're going to last a long time. I already have a lot of these in different colours, but these are some colours that I didn't think I had, so I got a couple of them. Now the next thing I got I was quite excited about, because the thing with this shop is that they keep constantly getting new things in, changing out the stock, and this is the first time I'd seen this in their shop. And it's this, it's some nylon cord. It's about 0.8 or 1mm, and it's a very large reel, as you can see, almost the size of my hand. Normally this cord I'll buy off eBay, and it comes in 135 meter reels as well, which is also quite a lot, but this is even larger, so this is going to last me a long time. And I got it in red because I still have a plan where I want to do something, because this cord I really like to use for my macrame flowers. So like my macrame rose that I've made, it's this cord that I use, and I have a plan that I want to make a lot of them and basically make a whole bouquet. So obviously I'm going to need a lot of cord, and this is going to really help with that. And the next thing I got was some beading thread, or otherwise known as tiger tail, in just a few different colours. I think these are really nice colours. They also had it in like a gold colour, but I'm more of a silver person. And this, the silver one, there's 50 meters on that, but these there's actually 100 meters on each of these. So again, these will last quite a long time. And obviously these can be used for all sorts. But actually I do like using this for macrame as well, because that's the thing, I don't think many people realise you can actually use so many different materials for macrame, and it just gives you a different look and result depending on the materials that you use. And I do like using this for macrame, experimenting with different designs and techniques. So that's the colours I got, and this is one of the things that I was playing around with in Denmark. So using 3 other colours and just making a braided bracelet. Obviously I haven't put a clasp on yet, but all it is you make a long length of square knots with whatever colour, and then I've just made 3 of them and then braided them together in a simple braid. So it's just a bit of an experiment, but I do really like the effect that you can get using this material, this kind of beading thread, to make macrame with. And then I also got myself some more kumihimo discs while I was there. I've got another couple. And these are unbranded, which is really nice, because sometimes because of all the text and the numbers you have on here, it can get a little bit confusing or too much to look at when you're just doing a simple braid. And especially as well for me doing videos, it'll help a little bit that it's not going to be so messy with too much text. So I just got a couple more of them. You can never have too many kumihimo discs. So that was it for the cord and thread area, and I'll be moving on to the findings and things like that I got from there. And I'll start off with these, just some metal spacer beads in silver. I've got 6 bags here of these, and these are about 4mm. I normally always get these when I'm there because I can never have too many of these. They're useful for so many things, just as a basic staple, and for any medium really as well. Anything kumihimo, macrame, micro macrame, regular beading, wire work, anything really. They're really brilliant. And you can get these in many different places, and I have done as well in the past, but I've found, out of all the places I've tried, these are the ones that I find the best quality, because a lot of others you'll find tarnish on that. So far, none of these that I've used from there have tarnished over time, so these are the best quality ones that I've used. And then I got a bag of some other silver coloured beads, and these are about 6mm, so just slightly larger, but they're actually quite heavy. They've got a really nice weight to them, and again, just as a really good basic staple, can be used for so many different things. And then staying with the spacer beads, I got some more, but I got some in a different colour. Now these are the same ones as the silver, but just in a black colour instead, which they had a lot of black coloured findings in general out there. It seems to be kind of the next big thing, the black coloured findings, black coloured metals and that. So I got some of them. Again, these are about 4mm, and then some other ones, also black coloured spacer beads. These are just slightly smaller, so probably about a 3mm compared to these. And again, a few bags to last you, because this is also a really good basic staple. Can be used with anything, just like the other ones. Now another thing I got from there, which is along the same lines, and it's one of my favourite things as well to get, is these stardust beads. Now I really like stardust beads in general, and these are an 8mm, so they're a really good size for general things, but they just go with everything, I find, and really good to use to supplement other things and other designs and colours and beads and stuff. So these are always a really good staple to have as well. And again, I've tried many different ones, but these are the best quality ones that I've found. The ones that I've used before, they've not tarnished, whereas others have that I've got from other places. So these I really like, and I always get when I'm there as well. So those were 8mm. And then I've also got some a bit smaller. This is a new thing I found this time they had. And these are 6mm. Again, really good staple size to have. And you can always use these for anything, whether it's spacers or more of a feature in themselves as well. So I got some bags of them to have as staples. And then again, still stardust beads, but I got a pack where the holes are really large, which can be really handy for specific designs that you want to use it for. These are 10mm, but the hole is actually 5mm, so that is a really large hole, whereas in the others it's only about a 1mm hole. But where here you can put it like really thick leather through it, or even a kumihimo braid, you can put this on a kumihimo braid. So that was another thing I found that I want to play around with a little bit. And then again, exactly the same things, the stardust beads, but in a black colour, or gunmetal black you want to call it. Again, 8mm, because that's a really good size in general. And then I also got them ones in the 6mm. So just you have the option of both the silver and the black, and it really depends what it is you're making them with, because both silver and black really goes with everything. So really good staples to have. And then I also got some chain from there, because they have a chain that I really like using. It's a really fine oval link chain. And I've also used this in a previous video that I made, where I made a ring out of the chain. I'll link that below. But this is just a pack where there's 5 meters in here, and you can also buy them on reels, which I'm hoping that I'll probably do next time I go. But these will last a little while, and it's just nice to have chain. Really basic. It's a basic thing for everything, but also it's nice to experiment with. So I got that in silver, and I got the same chain again, but in the black colour. So I kind of thought to go with some other findings that I've got in the gunmetal black. So the same chain but in black. And then the next thing is again some basics, because I was kind of running a bit low on some of my jump rings. So I got a bunch of different ones, different sizes and that. Larger ones ranging to like medium ones and all the way down to quite small. Because I quite like having an array of different sizes for different purposes. And again, these jump rings I find are quite good quality. They're nice and sturdy and strong, because sometimes the jump ring can be a bit too flimsy and it opens up too easily when it's not supposed to. So I got a few of them to last me. And then I also got a couple of jump rings, again in the black colour, but these are closed jump rings, because what I find is, I think jump rings, I like doing micro macrame and actually using a jump ring as a starting point, so doing micro macrame from a jump ring. But sometimes it works fine with the other jump rings, normal ones, but in some cases, if you have an open jump ring, if you're using some fine cord or thread, it can slip out through that little opening. So using closed jump rings can be a good solution for that. So that's my plan with these, using them for some micro macrame possibly. And then I also got some more cord ends that I really like using for some different things, macrame, different work like that. And I was running a bit low, so I needed some more of them. So I got them to last me a little while. And then I got a ribbon end as well, or ribbon ends. These are about 2 centimeters, and again the black colour that I quite like, and it seems to be getting quite popular. So I thought I would get them. And then I also got some earring findings, some earring hoops with some loops at the bottom, which again is just, it's basically just to experiment with. I have an idea that I would like to do some micro macrame from this. Instead of just doing your regular, adding some beads or something to them, actually use them for maybe doing some micro macrame. Now the last bit of findings that I got from there is actually some of what I'm most excited about. This is some new things that they just got in. So it was lucky, it was just in time so I could get hold of it. But it's basically some Noster Claw clasps, but in a different design, with different shapes to them. I'll just open them up. So you got these 2 different designs. They had another one as well, but I didn't get that. So these, if you can tell, you got one that's a hat, and then one that's a 4-leaf clover, and it just works like a regular lobster claw clasp. And here they are a little bit more up close. So as you can see, a hat one and a 4-leaf clover, got really nice detail. It's even got a little leaf on it, or you can even say it's actually a flower. It can work for both really, but it's just really nice and different. And I found, first of all, they're really nice and sturdy, and they're quite large, so sometimes a luster claw clasp can be a little bit small, so it can be difficult to kind of use open and close. But they're really nice and sturdy and large, but they've got a really nice design, so it could be a really nice way to just finish off like a really special piece, to just give it that little bit of extra something. So I got some packs of them. So all that was exciting, but it was also a lot of the basics. So now we get to the really exciting part, which is the beads and the gemstones. Now I got a few things from there. If you've seen the video that I made from that place, that shop, you'll see that they have walls from floor to ceiling just covered in beads and gemstones. So it's kind of hard to just pick and choose some of it, but obviously you probably can't bring it all home. So some of the ones I got first are these. These are some glass beads. I've been kind of looking at them for a while. I don't really know what it is about them, but there's just something about them that really attracted me. I don't have a specific idea yet about what I'm going to do with them, but there's just something about them that attracted me to them. I think it's a little bit the fact that each one is different, and they're quite unique and different in general than a lot of other things. And then it's the effect, because it's kind of like a matte effect to them, but still in that crackle effect, and then the colours and stuff. And then obviously two different sizes, some larger and some smaller, just to give a bit more options. And then I got these, which are some kind of, if you know about rainbow hematite, it's kind of that effect where you can get multiple colours out of it because of the kind of coating it's got. And the faceted rounds, I've already used some of these for something I made while I was in Denmark, a bracelet, but this is a really long strand as well. So again, they're always a nice thing to have, and they kind of go with everything because you got multiple colours in there. And then I actually got a fair few rondelles from there. Now I like rounds, and that's a really good staple, and it is probably my favourite shape, but I do really like rondelles as well. And it turns out I got a fair few different ones while I was there. Didn't realise till I came back, but obviously I was attracted to them. These are just some of them. There's some blue, quite small ones. These they had in loads of different colours, so it was really hard to choose, but hopefully then I might be able to get some more when I go next time. So just straight 3 strands of them, again quite long, and you get a little extra bead at the end. And then I saw these as well, also rondelles, and they just have a really nice pattern and effect to them, and I think that's what attracted me to them. It's the colouring and then the patterning, because again every single one of them is different, and because they're also faceted, they're really nice and sparkly in the light, but because they're so different, and again a really long strand. And like I said, I really like rondelles because they can go, you can pretty much do the same thing with a rondelle as with a round, but it's just the effect you get with them is just so different. But sometimes using a rondelle just sits really nicely. So I got that strand. And then I got these, which are all pretty much the same, just different colours. I've got a clear one, rondelles, black and red. So quite basics that you can use for so many different things, and they'll go with so many different things. And also they'll go together, obviously. Again, quite long strands. And if you've seen some of my other videos as well, you'll see that some of my designs, a rondelle shaped bead works really well in certain designs, almost better than a round one does. So I got these. And then I got these, which I think they are really beautiful. Again, rondelles, a bit smaller. They're more like a silver, almost antique silver colour, and then a really beautiful blue, and extremely sparkly. And also the blue ones in a smaller version, really tiny beads. Will be perfect for my macrame, these. Again, extremely sparkly. And now these, I decided before I even went to the shop that I wanted to get, because my mum had some of these at home, and I kind of ended up borrowing some of them for something I experimented with, so I kind of thought I have to get some more while I'm there. And what that was is, it's these, the larger ones that I used, rondelles, and I used these silver grey ones to make this bracelet. You can see that. and I ended up really liking how it turned out and the effect. So I wanted to get some more while I was there so I could do a tutorial of it and do it in some different colours and that. I think it would look really nice in blue as well. Both with the copper would look nice, but then also with silver wire. So that'll be a tutorial that I'll be doing in the near future. It's basic macrame, but with wire. Now those were like the glass beads that I got. I also got some gemstones while I was there. And this is the first strand. This is just a strand of like puffy coins, and this is just multicoloured quartz and quite a long strand. So again, I do really like quartz in general. It's one of my favourite stones actually, gemstones, and especially the multicoloured ones, just because you can either use them all together, all the colours, because obviously you can see they go together, all of them, or you can separate them out and just use some of the colours for certain projects. So that's why I really like them. So I got them in that shape. I also got multicoloured quartz in rounds, basic rounds, but faceted, so they have a really nice sparkle to them. And some really nice colours that you can see. And this is a good size as well. So I always like having something like this in my stash, because you can just use them for so many different things. And then I got some other basics. I got some onyx, some plain black onyx, and these are a 6mm with a 1mm hole, so that's always good information to have, the size of the hole, because often with gemstones the hole can be a little bit smaller than say in glass or something else, so it can be more difficult to use. So that's why it's nice if the information is there, that you actually know what size hole they have. But quite long strands, faceted rounds, black onyx, and just a really nice basic and stable. Again, will go with everything. So I got them in a 6mm, but then I also pretty much got the same ones but in 3mm. So then you can see really small. Will be useful for so many different things, especially micro macrame as well. And again, these have a 1mm hole as well. So that'll be really useful for many different things. And then another strand as well of some plain black onyx. And these are just right in between. They're basically about a 4mm, again faceted. And just a really good staple. Will go with everything, like I keep saying. And then I've got some different hematite. Now hematite is also one of my favourite gemstones. First of all, I just really like it in general, the feel of it and the way it is, but then also when it comes in different colours, or like blue coated or purple coated hematite is some of my favourite ones. So I got this strand, which is also really long, of just plain hematite. Again, a very good stable because of the colour. It will go with so many things, so it's not quite black, which sometimes could be a bit too harsh, but still is a nice neutral colour. So I got that strand, and then I got some more of the same but just in different size, so slightly smaller size, and then again another 2 strands in an even smaller size than that. So tiny little seed beads basically. So 3 different sizes of the same one, which I always like having that as far as possible. Different sizes in the same gemstone or something, because you can combine them if you want to. You don't have to, but you can. You have the option there. Use different sizes of the same gemstone. So those are some hematite. And then lastly, the gemstones. I found these really nice strands that I kind of just had to get of garnet. Really small seed beads of garnet. One strand is just plain rounds, not faceted, and the other one is faceted rounds. And they just have a really nice colour. So they'll be really useful as well for just many different things. Again, also in micro macrame, all the small ones. That's why I I do like small gemstones a little bit extra special, just purely because they'll go so well in macrame and things like that. Now the last strand of gemstones that I got from there, I just completely fell in love with as soon as I saw it, and it's just really, really special in my opinion. It's a strand of faceted rounds of amethyst, and they're just really, really beautiful. And again, quite a long strand, so you get quite a few on there. They just have such a beautiful colour to them. I can hold them up a bit, but at the same time they've got clarity, but just a really nice saturation of colours, so they're really good quality. And then just the faceting is so well done as well. It's so even and gives a really nice effect to them. So I really fell for this strand when I saw it, and I kind of just had to have it. I don't have plans yet of what I'm going to do with it, but I definitely know it's going to be something a little bit special. As in, if I'm going to use wire work and stuff with it, I'd rather have it be sterling silver wire. So those will be saved until one day it probably pops into my head what I want to do. But I really, really like them. So I'm very happy that I found them. Now the next place I got some things from were also from back home when I was visiting my family, and it's called Panduro Hobby. I'll link their website at the bottom as well. Now I just got a few things from this place. First thing was I got some cord, and these are some neon nylon cord, and these are a 1mm, so just an orange, a green and a pink, all neon colours. You get 20 meters in each, and this is just mainly because I kind of saw them and I got an idea to go along with the other stuff I got of a project that I want to see about trying to do. So those were the colours I got on the card. And then I also got some more neon beads. Now I already have some of these and I've got them from there before, which is why I got them again. I got a few different colours, some green, some orange, yellow neon, and then pink neon as well, which I got the most of because I think that's what I'm going to be using the most. But the reason that I got these, the thing is, I've seen neon beads other places. These are glass beads that are covered in a neon colour. These aren't necessarily the cheapest beads, neon beads that I've seen by far, but what I do think personally anyways, these are the best quality ones that I found. And then I don't necessarily think just the cheaper ones are worth it if they aren't very nice. So I got a few more of these to stock up and to kind of go along with the cord with a bit of the experiment that I want to do. And then also some more beads. Now these are some acrylic beads, but what they do is they glow in the dark actually. And I've got these before as well. I previously made a bracelet. I show a bracelet with some of these neon beads in one of my tutorials, my macrame ones. But these glow in the dark, so I think that's a really nice and cool effect. I haven't actually seen that really anywhere else that I've seen myself. So all these go together really well, I think. And then with the cord. So those were like those things I got from this place. And the last thing was some chain. And normally I wouldn't really buy chain from a place like that because I find it a little bit too expensive, but this was kind of a specific chain. As you can see, it's quite chunky, so it's not just like a fine chain that you would use on a necklace. I wouldn't anyway, but I kind of got it for a purpose because again, to go along with the cord and the beads that I got, I have a special project in mind where I want to incorporate both chain and cord and just a few different things. So I'm hoping to bring that to you as well in the near future, and then that'll be using this chain. So those are all the things I got from this place. Now the next few bits I got were kind of collected from a few different shops. They're not particularly specialised in jewellery making supplies, they're just kind of high street shops that occasionally you can find something in. So first thing was some leather cord. Just got a black one and like a purple magenta one. I've already used a bit of that. So that's leather cords, 1mm, you can always use that. And then I basically got a bunch of different wire. This is like a bit of a coppery one. and a black one. This is like a medium thickness, and you got some finer ones in different colours. And finally some thicker, about a 2 mil or so. Now these aren't particularly jewellery making wires, it's more actually meant for stuff like gardening and that, but that's why I don't use these to then make jewellery and then say to sell and that, or to wear. I'm all kind of use this wire to experiment with before I then use my proper jewellery making wire. So I just got a couple of different colours just so I have something to experiment with in different sizes. And the same thing, I found these packs where you just have, this is quite fine wire, but just a bunch of different colours in one pack, and there's a few meters on each reel. So again, not to particularly use for anything, just to basically experiment with. So I find that really good because it's a bit cheaper. So for experimentations it works out a little bit better, and you can use your proper wire once you know what you want to do with it. Now the next place that I got some things from are from Crystal Phoenix. I've mentioned the shop before, and I've only discovered it a few months ago myself, but it's actually a really nice shop and I highly recommend having a look. So far the things that I've tried are really nice quality and it's for really decent prices, so I very much enjoy using that shop. So first off, I just got 2 reels of S-Long cord, just a white one and then a neon pink, and this is kind of meant to go with the other cord so it matches, but this is a bit finer, so in case I need to go through some finer beads that the other cord won't go through, I've got this to use. And then I also got some beads from there, and all these beads are got with a specific purpose in mind. The first ones are these. They're all glass beads, but these are 4 mil and they're just all silver. Now my purpose with all these are basic kumihimo designs, because also while I've been at home in Denmark visiting my family, I did a bit of experimenting with different kumihimo and that, and I'll continue to, so I'll be bringing some different types of kumihimo videos, different designs and that in the future. But these are just going to use to start making beaded kumihimo as well, so they're meant for that, in a silver colour. And then I also got some other colours, again glass beads. I've got some blue tones, a lighter blue and a darker blue that look, I think they're absolutely beautiful together, really nice colours, and they come in these strands. So this is one strand, so quite long, you get quite a few beads on there. And this is meant again for kumihimo design, and them two I'll be using together for like a 2-colour kumihimo design. And then the other colours I got is again meant for kumihimo, but in a pattern where you basically use 4 different colours. And these are the colours I got for that. I think they look really nice together. You got like a light purpley lilac one, and then a rose pink, champagne, and then just like a bit of a white one. And I think they'll go really nicely together. And again you get them on these strands. So that's meant for a 4-colour kumihimo beaded design, and the blue one's meant for a 2-colour. And basically what I have in mind with these specifically, because they're rounds, one of the things I was experimenting with is beaded kumihimo, but basically where the beads are on the inside of the braid instead of the outside. That's the regular way. Now I've got an example here that I made when I was in Denmark, and what you do is you get this effect that's completely different, where the beads are actually inside of the braid rather than on the outside. So I'm planning on doing some tutorials with that, and in different colours, so you can make it in different patterns and that. So look out for them if you will find that interesting. Now the next place I got some things from are again with kumihimo in mind, some different kumihimo designs, and the website is called CJbeaders, and I'll also link that in the description box if you're interested. And basically what I got from there is different colours of the long magatama beads. So I just got these 2 first. These are just plain black and then matte, so they'll go with everything really. We've got 2 of them. And then I just got a bunch of other colours as well. I've got some blue colours, a light blue, a darker blue, that I think will go really nice together again, and also some clear ones which again will go nice with these if I wanted to do like three colours. So those are some of the colours. I also got some more kind of different type ones, which I personally really like them. So these are like a reddish colour and then an orangey colour, but they both got some kind of coating to them, which is a bit of a rainbow coating, yet there's still like a matte finish. So I think they're really nice, and I think they would go really nicely with the black or something to make some pattern with that, to make them really stand out. So that's those colours. And the last two colours are like a pearly white and then like a pearly bit berry, dark magenta, but again it's actually got a play on the surface of many different colours. So it's a really nice finish and I really like this colour. So the thing is with this website, you can obviously buy these long magatama beads on loads of different websites, but what I found is that most of the websites you buy them in little packs that say about 10 grams each, which was fine, but you just then have to kind of get more to make sure you get enough to make a bracelet or what you want to make. Whereas these, most of them you buy, and they have actually got 23 grams per pack or colour because they come in these tubes, so you're kind of a bit more guaranteed that you're going to have enough. So I really like that, and the storage of it is really nice as well. So that's what I got from that website. And the last place that I got some bits from that I want to share with you is Jewellery Maker. I really like buying a lot of things from there. They're great for tools, for wire, and also in generally are really good for gemstones. And that's mainly what I got from there this time, is a bunch of different gemstones. So I got these first. These are just some blue quartz. They're about 6 mil. And this is what they look like. So just kind of plain rounds, about 6 mil. Really nice to be able to go with many different things. And then got the same ones but in a different colour. So more like a pink. But it still has a little bit of clarity to it as well, like you can see a bit through the stone, but like a nice colour to it. And actually both the blue and the pink go really nice together, I think. But good size, good stable colours, just to have in your stash. And then I got some agate beads as well, some purple ones. Agate is also one of my favourite gemstones because it just comes in so many different colours and varieties and anything really. So I do really like that gemstone as well. So these are some quite substantial gemstones size wise, as you can see. And they're purple coloured, which happens to be my favourite colour. So these will be great for different designs. And then also, kind of to go with them, I got 2 bags of again purple agate, but just really small ones. These are more about 4 mil. So as you can see, obviously they'll go perfectly together or with something else. And then I got these stones as well, which are a little bit unusual and different. And I just kind of saw them. All of this is off the website, and all of it for quite good prices. It's about £2, £3, £4 tops per strand. So that's why I kind of got a fair few different ones. But there was just something about these that they're very different and unusual, and the colours are lovely together, and it kind of reminds me of something fruity or juicy or summery, some grapes or watermelon or something like that. And they're just really nice. I haven't got a plan what to do with these specifically yet, but I kind of just thought they'd be nice for something, and I would think of something at some point. They were just really like nice and juicy basically, I thought. So I got those as well. And then it was kind of the same thing with these. I kind of just saw them and thought that they looked interesting because they're a bit different. because normally with most gemstones they're kind of quite shiny, or they have the surface of them is quite shiny or polished or something, but these actually have a matte finish to them, which I thought was really different but actually kind of nice. Obviously the colour's nice and the banding on them, but just that finish to them makes them really different, I thought, and worth at least having a play with. And then I got two of the next strand, which again is some agate, but basically multicoloured in loads of different colours. And again, for a really good price, hence why I got two as well. And it's just, I just have a thing for like multicoloured, whether it's quartz or agate. There's just something about it, because you can buy a strand and you can either use them all together because they obviously go together because they're already on the strand, or you can separate them out if you want to. And I just thought something like that is always nice to have, because you can have those different possibilities with it. And it's got a nice size, and they're rounds and they're faceted, so they're really nice as well, and kind of a bit different, stands out as well again. And again, I got some more agate, multicoloured, but a different type, because obviously multicoloured can mean anything. This has got a completely different feel to it than the ones I just showed you, because like these were quite bright colours and just really bright and multicoloured, where these are a little bit more muted and neutral in a way, but still really nice, and they all go together and can either be used together or separate them out. And they have a really nice size again, about 6mm, which I really like working with them smaller sizes. Now these next two strands are again two of the same, but again they're very different. But what I was, when I saw them, I kind of just fell for them. Again, because they're very different and unusual. This isn't really something I've seen before. Again, it's multicoloured, but mainly kept within two colours, tones, so green and purple mixed together, which you don't really see that often, especially within the same gemstone strand. But I actually think it looked really nice, and it gave me an idea what I wanted to do with these, at least some of what I wanted to do, because you got the purple and green mixed. I kind of thought that's why I got two of these smaller purple agate as well. My thought was to possibly, at least for some of it, make my 5-row wraparound bracelet, but in these colour tones. So basically use these larger ones, the green and purple, for the centre row, and then maybe some black agate or onyx that I showed you earlier from a different shop as the next row around, and then maybe these as the outside row. I think that would be a really nice, quite different but really nice colour palette. Will make a nice bracelet. I'll link that video in the description box if you haven't seen that. So that was kind of why I got some of these things. I saw them and then I put them together in my head and thought that would look quite nice. So I got two of those. And then the last kind of normal strands are again some multicoloured ones. But again, a completely different look to them from the other ones. Even though they're all multicoloured, it's all a completely different feel. Because as you can see, these are just different shades yet again. But again, they all go together on the same strand, or you can separate them out. And I really like the look of these. Quite unusual colours, and in a way muted, but at the same time still bright. So it's a bit of everything really. And again, a really good size of beads. And then the last strand of gemstones that I got from Jewellery Maker is something that is definitely one of my absolute favourite things of gemstones, period. But it's also something that I haven't really gotten around to get a hold of yet, but I finally got a strand of it. And it's druzy, which I really, really love druzy. But this is the first strand that I managed to get hold of. And this is what it looks like. So this is just one variation of druzy, but that's what it is. And obviously it's druzy quartz, and it's obviously blue coated. It doesn't come out blue, but it gets coated blue, and you can get it in different colours as well. But it's just, again, because it's so different and individual, and each one is different, and it's not something you just see everywhere, that I really like druzy in general. So this is the first one. So obviously these are beads as they're on a strand, but they're quite large, so actually you can use them as a bead, or you can treat them as a cabochon as well, which I kind of plan on playing around with. Maybe using both wire and who knows, micro macrame maybe. So I'll be playing around with them and see what I can come up with. But even as a ring, even though they're quite large, they're still not too large in my opinion for a ring, just a chunky ring. I'll use one as a pendant or in a bracelet. So I'll be playing around with those. And then another thing I got from Jewellery Maker, it's basically some findings, but it's more like some connectors, and I got a couple of different kinds. Now these are some star shaped ones. And the sterling silver, but with rose gold covered. So that's some star shaped ones I got. I also got some heart ones. So basically 3 hearts in one. Again, sterling silver. And then the last one I got is kind of a connector on its own. It's almost like a filigree type connector. Again, sterling silver and rose gold coated. And my thought with these is basically you can use them for many different things like connectors or something, but my thought was actually to experiment using them with some micro macrame and come up with maybe some different designs with that. So I'll be experimenting with that, and then that's pretty much it for my haul. So that's a bunch of different stuff, hopefully some ideas. You'll have some ideas of what I'll be doing in the near future with tutorials. So I really hope that you enjoyed that, and thank you very much for watching. Hello there everyone. Today I want to show you how to make this 5-row wraparound bracelet. And this is what it looks like. So you have your button here attaching through a loop. So you just push that through to open it up. And you have your full length bracelet. And push the button back through the loop to fasten it. Like so.